and 2 times as tough, Cody Huff.
Everyone. Where's I got in weight?
2 1/4.
Good job, Grae.
Thank you. That's the quickest I've caught one this week.
Good thing though.
Absolutely.
There goes out of the way.
We got one.
Go, Grae.
2.
That is a demon. Don't even catch that. Up there.
It's a fat one.
Yeah, we
Look how fat she is.
Does it pay big fish on these two?
What I'm talking about. Number 3.
Start of a 30.
30-pound bags only.
Thank you.
Yeah, you go.
How you doing?
Good luck, man.
Thank you. We're off to a quick start tonight.
I noticed I saw one guy going by that way. I missed it, man. I wanted a video.
Yeah, got 2 so far. wants to fight like a bass.
You want to talk to the drum?
We catch those all the time, small.
Yeah. 33 months. Ain't loud. That's quite good fish. Oh yeah, oh yeah. I'm gonna record it. Same thing. Get him good. Huh? Catfish. Yeah, but that's 14. That's big size thing caught it there. Be nice, wouldn't it? Call both on them using that. Huh? Oh, yeah.
It's not tight like that.
Oh, he's got catfish that's full of it.
Yeah.
Big enough.
It's moving too much of it.
Looks big, it's just moving everywhere.
It's big, remember.
What kind of tank you got there?
Well,
12?
I just gotta make sure on the off chance spot there is a bass, I can't lose it.
It's on 12 tank tank. I'll say it, we'll copy it. You take it with your thumb? Good job. It's gotta be, man. This is bad. This is gonna be well worth it. Maybe more over it. Good job. On the tail. Well done.
The carp I caught the other day.
That's what I'm thinking from the tail. Good job, baby. Oh, that's good.
That's a fat one. Like 2.5. Look how short he is.
It was a football.
It is a football.
This is a fat one.
Nah, he's probably 2.5. Maybe 2 3/4.
We're good. We're good.
I usually guess low.
They're good. Fat motherfucker.
That's what those big ones look like.
Put it all fat like that. Martin,
I've never been.
you have a good chance. No. Not spot me. That place eats the hell up. People get mad at me. I'll come in with them 18, 19, 20 pounds down spot. One of the largemouth in there. They call them trash fish. Trash fish to me.
They remind me of smallies.
Fish? Good job with the buck.
5.
Hell yeah, good job, brother.
Thank you.
I think you're gonna do this today.
You did. You had a good feeling.
First thing, I know they're better than
Beautiful.
Ooh, that's slow.
Choked that thing.
Hey, good job. No blood, no nothing.
Yeah.
Good fish.
What was
Five
that?
and live. Right here.
I'm sorry?
What are you gonna call him?
2.5.
Put him where you come.
It's probably a little bigger, but
I think it's all right. I think I'm gonna have that's my job out here. My job is to put on the fish. One time out. Right. Look out. Oh God. Oh my. Yeah. Look out, dude. I ain't posting this video. Wait, I got later. 35.
yeah, it's close if it isn't.
Oh, I know it's 5. We'll put him down there.
You can put 5.
That made my goddamn heart beat. Oh,
Thank you.
makes me feel good.
It does.
I feel kind of like, oh man, put the stomach.
That's been bad for all week.
That sucks, son.
Oh, it's terrible.
Another feeling. Little pink.
Ooh.
The glass in it. Good job, dude. That must be a good look on Guntersville Lake. About 6 or 15. I want y'all last year, people. He went from 12 pounds to 26 in 10 minutes. And fish. 2, 3, 4, 5, 8. You ain't got cold beans in it? Hell with it, right? Good job. You can color the rest of them anyway.
2.
5 each.
It's big. Looking for a big. I think it's about one. I think a big one. Like a
Big
4,
fish?
probably a 4 pounder, yeah.
Thank God.
Like, if it's under 4, I usually.
Hey.
Like to keep grass. I'd have to fail.
Yeah, you like it. Oh God. Oh yeah. Like that picture. Hell yeah. I'm proud of you, bud.
Thank you.
One second, I'll get you. Hell yeah. There you go.
Sweet.
Yeah. With
It's another,
with 28 minutes left.
what's that, 3.5 probably?
And a half. Put him in half. That's good fish. I like it.
Awesome. up.
Oh, you're trying to figure out doing Cull, right?
Yeah.
You put that on the camera back. Yeah. Oh. You're doing good.
Hard to tell. Oh wait, that one might be the small one.
Yeah,
I think that's.
Oh, well, you got that. That's cool.
I know, I think. What was the other one? Green was the other one?
You got more.
I got
two big ones called two.
Definitely that one.
That's black.
Black. What about white? I think that was the only other white. Yeah, it's got to be that one. Well, that's probably about 2 1/4 or so.
Okay, that one's 3.
I think that last one.
The 2019 09 LA Bass Pro Shops Bassmaster Open Champion has been hot on quality, not quantity, but today bringing us a 5-fish limit. At 25 pounds, it's 13 ounces at the start of today. For the first time this week, he brings us a 5-fish limit, but he hasn't named limits with what he's been catching. 25-13 has him this morning. We're looking for 22 pounds, 6 ounces to take the lead. 18 pounds, 4 ounces. He moves into 5th place with 44-1. Get loud for Grae! Grae, it's been awesome having you here this week, and man, what a classic. You know, you gotta feel good the way #1 worked out for you.
Yeah, absolutely. This is the best tournament I've ever been a part of, hands down. And it's only all 3 months, and I'm so happy I got to make it here. And it was getting better and better, as you can see. Through the tournament here, we finally figured out how to catch 5. I was just kind of running a lot of the same areas. Went to the riprap stretch, caught my 5 in the first hour this morning, throwing that DT6 again. And then I locked that Z-Man Jackhammer in my hand, throwing it on my favorite rod. It's a glass rod, so it keeps that chatterbait just stuck in their mouth. Those big ones come up jumping and they cannot throw it. It's perfect for that.
Why did it get better as it moved along? Was it water clarity? Is that what affected, or what's your theory?
That was part of it, and it was also the first day. I didn't figure out until about 12:30 where those fish were at. When I caught the 6, it was 12:30, then I caught the 7, it was like 2:30. So I didn't have a whole lot of time, and then I was able to build on that yesterday. And today, I think with the daylight saving times change, they were feeding first thing in the morning on that riprap edge, and I was able to just put them in the boat quick and then really go looking for those last 2 big ones that I caught on that jackhammer.
Wow, it's been fun to watch. I know you wanted to get here your whole life, but after being at one, how bad do you want to get back to the Classic?
Oh, it's definitely on the top of my list. I'm going to have to start fishing the Opens again and either make the Elite Series or win another Open, maybe in Oneida or somewhere else.
We'd love to have you on the Elite Series. Anyone you want to thank before you leave the state?
Yeah, I got to thank Landis Block and Nice Creek. I could not do this without them. I got a couple new... I couldn't do it without them. And then I also got to thank my wife. She helps get everything squared away from housing to making sure I'm taking care of it home when I'm gone, because we're on the road a lot. It's hard, but I love her, and it's the best thing I could have.
Awesome to have you, and get on the Elite Series, dude, because, I mean, your name's a freaking color and a buck, and I love saying it.
Oh yeah, no, that's awesome. I would love to. Your schedule, fishing all those smallmouth places, that's my favorite. I love going up north and catching big, giant brown ones.
We do that a little bit on the Elite Series. We look forward to seeing you there one day in the future.
All right, we're going to make some Bama noise for our next angler. Coming up out of Montevallo, Alabama, here's Clint Davis.
BCD, Big Clint Davis, the 2018 Forest Wood Cup champion. Trying to join
Alright, so I made it to Championship Sunday. This video shows everything. It'll show all 7 fish I caught today. The big thing here was we had daylight savings time change. Basically start us an hour earlier, or at least an hour into the darker morning. And I think that played a big role in what happened for me. First thing in the morning, I went right back to that Browns Creek riprap that I've been fishing. I took my Rapala DT6 in Ike's Demon, swapped out the hooks, put my Hayabusa trebles on there, made them extra sticky, and went to cranking. And on my first pass through, I caught 4 keepers. They were all solid ones, nothing giant, but they were just what I needed to get started. And then I fired up, ran back down, went through it again, caught my 5th keeper, lost a fish, caught a drum, and I snagged a carp. It was a lot of action first thing in the morning. So I was working that, and then Hank Cherry was actually on the other side of the bridge from me, and then he was down at the other end, and then he started coming toward where I was, so I got out of his way. I didn't want to mess up his chances at the Classic or anything. We'd been sharing that area all 3 days of the tournament, but he obviously figured out between all of them and his other spots how to catch them bigger than I did. So from there, I ran around and I threw a couple big swim baits. I threw a bull shad for a while. I went out and threw a mag draft, just trying to get those, just get a couple big ones. And after a while, I realized it wasn't going to happen. I probably spent an hour and a half doing that. And I went back to something I have confidence in. I knew this Z-Man Jackhammer, 1/2 ounce and bad shad with a razor shad on it gets me more big whites than anything else. So I locked that in my hand for the rest of the day. I ran to an area that I had found in practice on Wednesday, and I caught 2 decent ones, nothing special, but like just good quality fish. So I went back there and ended up having Todd Alton and Micah Frazier in there, which they were both in the top 5, I believe, at the time. So again, I was trying to stay out of their way, but I wanted to fish through this area a little bit. I had some stumps marked from when I was down there in pre-practice in November on my Lowrance HGS 12. I was marking the flat there, and there was just individual stumps, and one area came up a little bit and had more of them, so they were staging right there. And I was throwing my jackhammer out there, working it, hit the stump, and you can see I pump it twice in the video here, or the recap. And when it does that, you can see that fish come up and just, you don't see it actually eat it, but you see me load up on the rod. And I caught it, got it up next to the boat, reached down, and it was a big old mouth. And it was like easy target to get in there. And I caught one that was probably 5.5 pounds, I would assume. I didn't weigh it at the time, but it was a good one. Ended up being my big fish of the day. So after that, I spent some time there, never got another bite, so I started running around, bouncing in some grass where I thought maybe those fish would be moving up, because this time the water temperature, it started the tournament around 52, and it was starting to creep up. If you got into Baxter Creeks, it was 56, 57 in some areas. So I know at some point those fish are going to go crazy and just start spawning and being up there shallow and pre-spawn mode, and it's going to go down. I bet come Wednesday or by the next weekend, there's going to be so many 25-pound bags swimming around out there, and everybody's going to be hammering them. But I kept fishing around, went out to these humps. On Wednesday, I also found a spot, last cast of my day, before I headed back in to check in. I caught a 4-pounder or so on that Z-Man Jackhammer. Placed on Wednesday, at the very end of the day, made 1 cast on it and caught a 4-pounder. And that was with my jackhammer. So I went back there to finish the last probably half hour. It was probably 45 minutes I spent there. And with a half hour to go, I caught my 2nd biggest fish of the day on the jackhammer. And it was able to cull out a 2 and got me up to 18.4. And it took me from being in 25th place all the way up to 20th. So I topped 20 my first Bassmaster Classic, and it was just a whole all-around awesome experience. It was everything I thought it was going to be, maybe even better. And even coming in 20th, like, sure, I didn't win, but it was everything I wanted to go out there and do. And I had a good, strong showing. Look forward to trying to make another one. and getting another run at that trophy. So thanks for watching. If you want to see day 1 and day 2, they're also posted. I have 2 videos up from practice. I even have one up from pre-practice, I believe, in November on Lake Guntersville. And that show you there more details about how I idle around and found those stumps and grass flats that I thought I'd be fishing during the tournament. But thank you for watching, and make sure you go out and pick up yourself a Z-Man Jackhammer and green shad if you're fishing any water that's got some color to it. So thank you, and